boxtech episode 4. We have a white box, a Dogee Tablet, a hoop with a display, and a luxury product. Well, let's take a look.
Looking for a cheap way to license your Windows? Check out WhoKeys through the links in the video description. Make sure to use the code TN20 to get a 30% off. Paste the license to the activation settings and you're all done. This license is for Windows 10, but you can upgrade it to Windows 11 for free. They also offer Microsoft Office 19 license. Use the same code TN20 to get a 30% off. Check out whokeys.com in the video description below.
If you're not already familiar, this is a series where we're just going to look at some random stuff that are offered to get sent to the channel that usually don't get a dedicated review, but we'll just pile them all together. Some of them might be good, some of them bad, some of them very interesting. We'll find out. I want to start with this one. This is from Harber London, and if I'm not mistaken, that's like quite a high-end brand, right? Ooh, look at that. So I chose the large mat because I like my desk mats to be as large as possible. I don't like when it's just under the mouse or something like that. I want it to be under anything, and I feel like I can put my mouse anywhere I want, slide it all over. I believe this is real leather. And straight away out of the roll, did you see I just took it out of the roll? Look at this. The corners are not up. So you can roll it out from your table and then voila, you can already start using it. There is a little kind of gap or cutout over there, and that's usually for the keyboard cable. You can put it through there and it still like makes it look minimal. Let's say you do have your keyboard here. That's your keyboard cable there. You've got your mouse over there. This is super nice. Now there was two options that I could go for. Felt underneath kind of a material, and the other one was microfiber. I went with the microfiber texture, and this is very nice. We've got Harber London here, embossed, boom. I am liking this. Do you know what? I might just leave this as like the main setup underneath what we're going to be building and what we're doing, all sorts of things. Because if you have a motherboard and you build a PC, for example, then look at this desk mat. How nice is that? Woo! Yeah, we have to be careful because sometimes underneath the motherboard, sharp things. Leather, if you like that type of thing, I'll leave a link in the description below. And if I'm not mistaken, I think there's a discount code there as well. So go check it out in the description below. I'll leave it there if there is one. But now, since we have this laid out, let's look at the next thing. So this is Dogee Tablet, something like that. This is T10. I believe this is a new version or new model. It says here a 10.1 inch screen, 8 gigabytes of RAM, I suppose, and then 128 gigabytes of storage. Alrighty. These look like some serious cameras. Whoa. So it already comes with a cover and a case as well. So there's a case around it that protects it like a see-through one. It's actually kind of silicone, as you can see. I can mold it here around. There we go. Is there already a screen protector on? Yeah, there is. So they've put the screen protector already there, but left the final film for you to peel. And in terms of appliance of the screen protector, it's almost perfect. There is one bubble underneath here. User manual, USB Type-C cable, charger, about 24 watts. I'm not sure why would you want this. That feels very cheap quality. And as you can see, it looks like there's supposed to be a different pen in there, because like the hole that's in here, it's not quite what it looks like. We can see from the back, it actually looks very nice. Now, this to me seems weird that this is put this way. So they expect you to kind of use the tablet this way. Get this sticker off here. We don't need that sticker here. That looks very cheap. The cameras look very nice, like an iPhone style cameras. AI camera, we'll see what the heck that means. We can see on the left side, there's 2 speakers. On the right side, there is the SIM card tray. Okay, we've got the screen here. It's quite reflective, but let's have a look at the quality. The screen is very reflective. Let's open the SIM tray. Let's see what's in there. Okay, looks like we've got a micro SD card slot there, as well as a SIM tray as well. The screen is only 720p and doesn't go very bright. The screen is okay. It's not like kind of faded colors. You'll see them quite nicely there, but it's only 720p. So if we're looking close by, I can see the pixels like that. It's not like the best kind of screen that you can see, but is it 720p? I mean, it looks all right. Let's have a look at the camera. I mean, everything looks very, very snappy right now. Why does the camera need to make phone calls? Don't allow use the manage phone calls. Okay, we've got a pro mode on the camera. I mean, the camera looks, first of all, very laggy. Oh my word. One of the cameras is fake. That's dodgy. That's real dodgy. So if you look close enough, then this is just literally a sticker basically on there. This is the only camera. There's no two cameras here. That's the only camera. AI camera, more like dumb camera. Why would you go through this effort to make such a fake thing that doesn't do anything? Just why would someone want it to? Yeah, I've got two cameras, even though you've got one. It's ridiculous. Front camera is 720p only, and the back camera does 1080p 30 frames per second. So this is the back camera and what the audio sounds from the back camera, just so you know what it sounds like, what it looks like. This is like the perfect lighting you could get from a camera. If you've got a worse of a camera lighting, then it obviously looks worse. And this is the front camera. They say that this looks 30p. To me, that looks more like 20p. This is not recording at 30 frames per second. At least the screen doesn't look 30 frames per second. This is like 20 frames per second or something like that. And again, we have like the perfect lighting here. So what do I think about the tablet? I think the looks are very deceiving, okay? The tablet does look quite nice here. It feels quite snappy here. It's nothing special. The screen brightness, I wish you could get a bit more out of here. There's a flashlight there, as you can see. It does pretty much nothing. So I'm not sure like quite who this is for. Let me know if you can figure it out. I'm not sure the price of this either. And I'm thinking it's gonna be probably more than I expect it to be or what it should be, just because I'm looking at the sound quality and thing. Can someone explain me how is this supposed to work here? Why is it like that if it doesn't hold your tablet anyway? I mean, it does look nice and kind of feels nice, but it's missing some things. Then let's have a look at what's inside this box. What is inside here? No labels, nothing. Ooh, SIRUI. SIRUI. Why is it hard to say? I know what that company does. They do some interesting things, and I think I remember now what this is. This is another one of those video lights. Okay, turn on time takes a bit of time, but the interesting thing is this should be somehow extendable. Look at that. Now you've got, what is it, 120 centimeters? Yeah, 114, something like that. Or half of it is 60, 70. Quite a bit longer one if you want it. So make it shorter. There we go. You can travel in it with it. It's, small. It feels a bit heavier than the Codex one we checked out and recently there. Rated power, it's 40 watt power. So here, I'm not sure if you can see, there's a line where you can see where it's gonna extend. So as I'm pulling it, this line moves and it's not gonna turn on the light, as you can see, until it's fully extended. So you can't use it in any of the positions, halfway. When it's full, there we go. And interestingly, when you expand it to the full position, you can see that the light actually goes dimmer than the shorter one. Even though this shows still 30%, so it's exactly the same setting, but just look at this side here. It dims down, dims back up, dims down when it's fully extended. So I'm looking at the product page for this SIRUI light, the T120. As you can see right now, there's a sale on, I think it's about 184. So here it says endless possibilities and, you know, lots of interesting specs. One of the things I noticed here is mini tripod, which is T120 Pro. Mine is T120, so I don't think mine is actually included here. So you'll have to buy the T120 Pro model. Let's see. Oh yeah, there we go. You'll have to get the one with a mini tripod, and that will cost you extra like 15 quid or something like that. One thing I do have noticed here is it says 60 centimeters to 120 centimeters. So if I'm gonna put the light together, right? We can see that the light is roughly 60 centimeters, as you can see here. Now, if we expand the light, then the light is not 120 centimeters, it's 104. So I'm not sure what they're talking about there. It's not 120, and that's definitely the most extended. So I'm not sure what's going on in there. You do get 2 clips to mount the light somewhere. Okay, there is a little bit of dimming going on when it's attached like that to the light, because that strap goes over the light, and the turn on time for the light is extremely slow. Look, turn on. There we go. And then because the actual light is in 2 different measurements, the like extended bit here and then the shorter bit, if we take this clamp here for the shorter part, we'll clamp it around and then hold it tight. That's completely loose, and I can do nothing about that. They're not holding it tight. So I guess you can only mount it on this side, and I guess you'll have to mount both of them on the like thicker side like that, and then have the rest of it hang over, I guess. So you'll put that in the middle rather than on the other end, so you'll support it just like that. 20 volts, 30 amperes, and you can charge it here. There is these 2 like 3.5 millimeter jacks as well, but these are basically DMX, so you can daisy chain the lights together and then control them on the phone. Interesting, they're advertising the app, but all it says here is official website, YouTube, and then Facebook. User manual here, but they don't tell you which app are you supposed to use in these instructions. It would be nice if there was another QR code. Let's see if this is SIRUI Lite. This is clever though, that they have made this extension tube, which is very good, because then you don't have this big bag to carry this around. Look, this is massive to carry around. And if you just want to have it shorter, there we go, to carry this around, it's much more feasible. Okay, this app is not opening. Go on then, we'll give the device location. Okay, the app is not going to turn on unless you give it the locations, like, you know, permission to check the device's location. Let's see if it's going to detect any devices. It's on here. Just looking, up to 15 lights can be connected through the aux cable. So you just need to like have an aux cable and then you can connect them together. There's a built-in lithium battery, up to 2 hours of light. Oh, this takes such a long time. I don't think this is working. So here's the thing. I know SIRUI and their products, and I've been, you know, aware of them for quite a long time. They do some awesome tripods, and now they're doing lenses and they're doing gimbals and all sorts of other things. But this one here, if this is meant for professionals, for creators to use, it's missing a few marks. First of all, the app, it doesn't work, right? This is way too long for any professional to just think, yeah, I'm gonna spend some time with it and, you know, try to figure it out. Look at this. Here we are again. I've started the app 3rd time. Not working. Now the price isn't that expensive, but with the marketing there's a few things. It's not 120 centimeters when fully extended. It's 105. It's actually about 10% less, more than 10% less than what they're saying, which is quite a big difference. It kind of feels like there's a few things missing. For example, these dials and controls, as much as I love these buttons, it would be nice if there was a mode dial, right? A dial that you can dial up and down and then click as an enter or go out, and then a few other buttons, like maybe 2 other buttons. It would be so much faster and easier to get around and change the settings, which would save time for creatives. That's a massive thing. Make the light turn on so slowly. That is ridiculous as well. There we go. We finally found the light. It's gonna start the combination. Look at that. It's going off again. This app does not work. It's ridiculous. SIRUI, I know you do awesome products, but this needs a little bit more work in order to be good. And then now the last thing. This is by the dock case 8-in-1 USB-C Smart Hub. So what does it have to have in order to have the smart label? What makes a hub smart? We have a USB-C cable. That's nice. It's very well labeled 10 gigabits per second. So it's not a Thunderbolt hub. It's a USB-C 10 gigabit hub. So as you can see here, it looks like it's got a screen. Okay, there's actually active fan. There's a little fan inside there as well. Okay, as you can see, there is a screen over here. No monitor plugged in. It knows when the cables are plugged in. For example, if you take a USB stick here, there's another Type-C here. These are 10 gigabit ports, gigabit Ethernet, another USB Type-A port, but probably 2.0, HDMI port. It says 5 gigabits per second, even though these ports are 10 gigabits per second. If we're gonna take this here, 40 gigabits per second USB 4 external hard drive. So if we plug that one in there, it tells you it's 3.2 10 gigabits per second. From this side, it says USB 2.0. Okay, there's a little button on the side here as well that will change something on the screen. Let's see. Okay, you can change the orientation. Which way do you want it to be? Do you want it oriented this way, that way, the other way? That will change the orientation. I mean, pretty cool. Looks like it's working great here. 10 gigabits is the maximum speed, so you're not going to get anything more. Would be nice if that was Thunderbolt. We could get something even more, but you can get display out here as well. This looks pretty cool. This looks very, feels very high quality product. All metal, very nicely constructed, feels solid. I think it's pretty cool. Cable comes with it, is nice as well. I've got no issues about that. So then, this episode. The best product by far from this episode has been this Deskmat from Harber London, and I am absolutely loving it, and this is definitely going to stay in here. If you want to find it out, I'm going to leave it in the description below. I'm going to stick it into things that are used in here. Imagine this with a wooden table, and then this PC case in the back there, perhaps even on, working, connected. This is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful. This Dogee Tablet, it's 5 out of 10. It meets halfway there, but when I'm seeing things like that, when it's fake cameras, come on. They want to sell you more features, but actually you're paying for literally getting nothing. I don't know how much this costs. I'll leave a link in the description below so you can check it out. Let me know how much does it cost, but mixed feeling about that. The SIRUI Lite, I think it's got a lot of potential. I like the idea behind it, but it's not fully executed. Look at that. Still searching for devices. It's on, it can't connect to it. I'd say maybe 6 out of 10. It can be used, but there's a few things that aren't as nice to use. For example, we used the Godox Lite recently in another boxtech episode, if you remember that one. That one connected much more instantly. The app usage was much better. I bet it's more expensive as well, but it's not as long. And then lastly, this USB-C hub. I think this is pretty nice. I'd use something like that to stick it somewhere to get extra ports on your table for your laptop, for things. I like that one. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Thanks guys for watching, and adios.